Mithra Ramachandra from the NR Sports Show. As you can tell, I'm in a different location for this weekend. I am in Long Island, New York right now as we speak, live from the Marriott Hotel. I will be covering tomorrow's men's lacrosse tournament, NCAA tournament, live from Hofstra Stadium here and for Jersey Sporting News. So please, everyone, come check it out. It's going to be a great event, great turnout for these four teams that are in it: Penn, Rutgers, Yale, and Princeton. So we're looking forward to covering these four teams tomorrow. And tonight, I'm joined by a really special friend. She's coming back on the show. Her name is Nikki Geist from the 3rd and 3 podcast with Damian and Jason. We're going to talk about football, NFL, NBA, and about their podcast. And I'm glad to have her back on. It's been a while. We've been discussing for her about coming back. So, Nikki, I just want to say thank you for coming back on the show. It's truly an honor. And I love what you guys do. I'm always tuning in into your podcast at 3rd and 3. You guys make it entertaining. And and fans, please tune in. We are live on the Spreaker app. You can ask questions to Nikki here on my app if you guys want today. And also you can ask questions about the lacrosse thing. But Nikki, how are you and your family doing tonight?
Oh, we are good, doing good. Thank you. And thank you for your support. It really means a lot to us that you support our show and we all support each other. And it's good to hear we're entertaining, right? Because there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of competitions. Thank you. And I'm glad we got to do this. We've been back and forth for, when I tell you guys, like months, literally months, and schedules and travel just haven't worked out, but we made time today. So.
Yeah. So let's start off. How's everything been, Nikki? Obviously you've been busy traveling a lot and going to places, and how you been? How's your family? And obviously you guys been busy with the show. So.
Yeah, no, show's been good. Show's been busy. Been doing a few guest spots on some other shows, which is great to get out there and, get the podcast some exposure and rant about my Giants and Knicks, of course. So, gotta love that. But yeah, no, good. I went to Florida, unfortunately came back, just dealt with COVID for 2 weeks, but feeling better and, just taking it day by day right now.
Yeah, so why not? Let's start with the NFL. What are your thoughts so far in this NFL offseason? Obviously, you just mentioned you're a Giant fan. And what do you like about this year's offseason? Not only your Giants, but the overall offseason. Not all teams, some of the teams you've been watching other than the Giants.
Yeah, I would say for the Giants, this is probably the first time I'm feeling optimistic in probably like 7 or 8 years. I think they had a fantastic draft. They are addressing, truth be told, Dave Gettleman really put this team in a terrible cap situation. So I know they're doing what they can, but I think, getting Brian Dable, Joe Schoen, we kind of just robbed Buffalo of all their front office talent, which is great. So I am optimistic about that. I'm still not optimistic about Daniel Jones, though. I feel like we've seen all that we need to see. So I'm okay on the Giants. I think can't get any worse than last year. Last year was pretty bad. I mean, the season was over, by the end of September. I love that the Ravens got the best center in the draft. I mean, of course they did, right? I think the Jets had a fantastic draft. I hate to say it, but so did the Eagles. They had a great draft. So I think they're going to give us hell in the division. I really do. I think the Eagles are going to have a good year. So, about time for the Jets to do something here.
Yeah. So speaking of Tyler Linderbaum, I didn't expect him to fall that far because this guy, heck of a player from Iowa. And my Cowboys even passed on him. They got Tyler Smith from Tulsa, which I kind of like. I know where they're going with that one, but Tyler Linderbaum, he is a perfect Raven. I think the Ravens hit a home run in this draft, in my opinion, to get Kyle Hamilton and Linderbaum, and also the guy from Michigan. Even though he's going to be out for this year, but when he comes back, this guy's a stud. So shout out to the Ravens front office, and by far, I think, in my opinion, I'll put their draft over the Jets right now.
Yes, and I'm with you. I did, when I graded the Giants draft picks, I did my top 3, and I went Ravens, Eagles, and Jets. I gave the Jets some love because they don't really get any. But, I said this week on our show, this is the year for them to do it, right? Patriots in since 2015 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, listen, you're rebuilding. You've been rebuilding for like 50 years. I think like the time to do it. And now, they're going to have to rely heavily on Zach Wilson, but let's give this kid a shot. Let's put some pieces around him and see what he can do. And I think there's some talent there.
Yeah, so you're gonna like this, Nikki. Me and my friends were covering the women's golf tournament last 2 weeks ago, and up in Montclair. And guess who was there? Your running back, Saquon Barkley, was there. So we were.
Yeah, your social media. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I know. Oh.
We were hanging out with him, and he looks healthy. He even with his swing, the golf swing looks good. I think he's primed for a big year, and you guys need him to have a big year in order to have good results as a team. And Saquon Barkley, when we were talking, we didn't ask him anything about that. He didn't have time, but when we were hanging out with him at the golf course, just talking about life and all, and but Saquon, man, he looks healthy. So as a Giant fan, Nikki, I gotta ask you this: what do you need to see from Saquon this year in order to see if you guys want him to be there long term?
Yeah, I think that, he kind of has to get back to original form. We got to see some progress. I think it was very obvious last year. He was very hesitant with that injury. And listen, that offensive line did not help him at all whatsoever. So I understand there's factors out there. But listen, I'm watching his workout videos. You're right. He does look healthy. Seems like he's ready to go. So, and this is the beauty of watching Saquon. It takes his one play, right? Just one play, and he's going to break for it, and he's going to hit. He's gone. He's taking it to the house. And that's what I love most about that kid. Like, I just love watching him play. So I hope you're right. I trust your judgment. You are a professional. I'm going to trust that you think he looks healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't tell him that we're Cowboy fans, though. I didn't tell him that.
Oh no, well you can't now. No, you can't do that.
But he knows that we're part of media. He knows about our show. But yeah, before we go any further, I met these two ladies in the hotel today. They wanted me to give a shout out to one of their friends. She graduated from Hofstra today. Her name is Amiel Delet Ajasa. She's going for journalism school. So congrats to her. From graduated from Offshore right here. She graduated, and so they wanted me to give her a shout out on the show today. So quick shout out to her and congrats. And we have a fan question. We have a fan question for you, Nikki.
Okay.
They want to know how did you become a Giant fan?
Oh, from my dad, right? I feel like most of us, it's family. When I was little, I would watch football with my dad, and he would kind of explain the game to me. And of course, he's a New York guy, so just kind of grew up being a Giants fan. Now, I don't know what happened to the rest of my family because my sister is an Eagles fan and my brother is a Cowboys fan. So when we all get together, it is quite interesting. But yeah, it came from my dad.
Wow. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? I got ask you about the Jets real quick here because they've been getting a lot of talk here. Some of my friends are Jet fans. They're really excited about this with Garrett Wilson, obviously, and then you got Sauce Garner, and then they traded back up to get Jermaine Johnson. And if you look at the second round, Breece Hall, Jeremy Ruckert, I like from Ohio State, especially the Breece Hall pick is a home run. I predicted Breece Hall to go to the Jets in the mock drafts in the second round.
Okay.
So I got that right. But what's your thoughts on their drafts? I mean, obviously, it's good on paper, but it has to translate into the field.
Right. And I mean, that's like the issue with them. And it's like, do you trust them to actually, translate that on the field? Yeah, on paper, I mean, they hit it out of the park. They really, really did, especially for that team. Again, though, you're going to have to rely on Zach Wilson. I mean, what did they win last year? 3 games?
Three games.
Yeah, 4 games. I actually think because I just did an article on predicting overs. I think they're at 5.5. I mean, to go from 4. Rely on the quarterback for that. But I think they're getting enough talent in place that they can start to overcome.
So obviously there's some still quality free agents out there, but if you look at this off season, obviously with rookie minicamp starting, and what do you as a podcaster yourself, what do you want to look out for and before the season starts, especially rookie minicamp? What do you want to look out for these rookies coming up?
Yeah, I have to be biased. I have to see what my own team is doing. It's funny, as much as you podcast, right? And you kind of slowly become objective, right? You kind of root for other things to happen. You still have like your team. But even objectively, I do think like, you look at the Giants and you kind of go, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Are they going to get back to that old school football that they're kind of known for? And that division is always up in the air every single year, even though everybody says the Cowboys are going to win every single year. But it really, I would say, even objectively, that is one of the top teams I would look at and say, okay, well, what are these rookies doing, right? You got Thibodeau, you got Evan Neal, highly rated guys. I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
We have another fan question. They want to know, between Damien and Jason, who's the funniest?
Oh my God, me.
Are you?
No, they both have like their own sense of humor, and I think that's what makes the show so great. I know that's a cop-out answer, but they do. They both make me laugh in so many different ways.
Yeah, you're amazing too. You're funny and amazing too.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So as a podcaster, obviously going back to what you said, as a Cowboy fan, obviously, even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I want to see Saquon Barkley do good now since we talked to him, and so I'm wishing, I'm hoping he stays healthy because when healthy, he's one of the best running backs in my opinion. So I'm hoping for him to have a good season, even against us. I don't mind him having a great game against us. I just want to see him to stay healthy on the field. So
yeah. For
you, who are you guys some of your losers in this draft that you guys put out on your podcast?
I wasn't thrilled with the Cowboys draft. I'm not trying to be a hater. I know I come off.
Well, I think everybody's saying that it's a mixed reaction. Yeah, it's a mixed reaction.
Yeah, I didn't think that they had a great draft, and like I said, my brother is a huge Cowboys fan. He's blowing me up as the draft's going on. What are they doing? I also don't think the Patriots had that great of a draft.
What were they doing with the first pick? Cole Strange from Chattanooga?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What are we doing, Patriots? What are we doing? They just have so many questions for me. I can't, you don't want to bet against Bill Belichick, but you got questions at linebacker, you got questions at cornerback. So, I don't like what you did in the draft. And they've got Joe Judge and they've got Matt Patricia leading the way offensively. I'm not in love with the Patriots right now. I'm really not.
Yeah, and who else? Just the Cowboys and Patriots.
Cowboys, Patriots. Who else had a mediocre draft to me? I'm trying to think. I think the Jets did good. I'm just kind of running through the division here. Yeah. What knocked it out of the park. What did the Browns do?
They did pretty good, I think.
They did good? Yeah.
I think one
What did the Lions do?
They got with their pick. They got Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like him. He's good. Number 2. I think for me, the head scratcher for me is I know that Travion Walker's had a great year, but I think the Jaguars took a little risk here. We're getting Travion Walker with number 1. You don't know. The problem is he's not the same type of player as Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is a true pass rusher. Travion Walker is like a linebacker, like a mixed hybrid type of player. So, in my opinion, I think the Jaguars should have gotten Aiden Hutchinson, but time will tell. So, but I think that's a one head scratcher move for me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I agree. I like what Pittsburgh did, though. I do like that they went and got Pickett. I did predict that. I got that one right. Man, I'll tell you, that draft started out, and we do our draft competition on the podcast, and I'm going, oh my God, I didn't get a position right. I didn't get a player right. I didn't even get the pick right. But I did end up winning, of course, naturally. But I said Pickett would go to the Steelers, and I like that.
And George Pickens, I like for them too, the wide receiver from Georgia. And I love what the Titans did. I love what the Titans did with Malik Willis. I think he
Yeah.
fits that system. He needs more time, obviously. So Ryan Tannehill, you better watch out. Billis is coming after you. But
Yeah.
with
They got to move on from Ryan
yeah,
Tannehill.
imagine
I think
imagine
gets him
him with
back.
yeah, imagine him with Derrick Henry for years to come. That'd be
Oh, it's gonna be nasty right there. I'm telling you, it is.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on the schedule? The schedules came out, all right, obviously, and the Cowboys. Obviously, we got to open up at Tampa Bay again. So, but what are your thoughts on your Giants schedule and some of the other team schedules?
Well, this is great because I did just do an article on this at our website. You guys can catch it at thirdand3podcast.com. Listen, Giants, they have a tough go of it. You know, they have, let me see, first 4 games, Titans, Panthers, Cowboys, Bears. Then it's off to London to go play the Packers. And then it's a matchup with the Ravens. So,
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. 1 game win there, maybe 2. But I got to tell you, you know what really is annoying me with this schedule is the Giants and the Cowboys are playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's annoying me because I host Thanksgiving. It's stressful enough. Now you got to add Giants, Cowboys. I mean, it's way too stressful for me. I don't need that in my life. Usually I'm like drunk by that time, but no, I can't be. Now I got to like focus and pay attention. So,
wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Your household is going to be a crazy one.
Yeah, no, it really will be. It will be. But it depends if my brother comes. You know what? If he does come, I will probably live stream that because that would be highly entertaining.
Yeah, so we have an interesting question from one of our fans. They want to know what's it been like for you, Nikki, being part of the 33 podcast with Damon and Jason. Obviously, women in sports is growing, and seeing yourself and other women being part of podcasts or shows or hosts even. They want to know what's it been like for you in this industry.
Yeah, no, it's been really cool. We started it when the pandemic was, at the height of it. Remember, there was no sports, and we were all in a pick league together, but we never met. Then Jason kind of got me and Damien on, and we kind of just kept rolling with the show. And it's interesting being a woman in a male-dominated space. Even my personal life, my career is in a male-dominated space. So sometimes you second guess yourself and you think, oh gosh, I can't make a misstep, right? They're going to say, oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So you kind of carry that with you. And I'm working through that, but they really, really push me to bring my best. And you know what I love most about them? I get to be myself. You guys know, you watch, if you haven't watched the show, check it out on Wednesday nights. I am just myself, and I have gotten to the point where if I misspeak or I say something wrong, then so be it. It shouldn't, you shouldn't say, oh, well, she's a woman. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But I think the funniest thing is when I tell people I co-host a podcast and they go, on what? Like shoes and clothes? And I say, well, no, on football. And they can't believe it. No way, right? And you send them the link. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. So I want to see more women. I want it to become normal. I don't want it to be this shocking, like, oh my gosh, a girl knows sports, but it's been great. I've got to meet so many amazing people. And everybody that I met is super talented, and you guys are just all doing your own thing. And it is a fantastic support system.
Hey, I'm glad that I met you. You're amazing. Like I said, you're amazing. Fantastic. You do a great job at what you do, and obviously you come up with you guys have certain segments that you do for your own, and you come up with some great what do you call questions. I think you do the question segment, right? Is that what...
Yeah. Oh, Knowledge with Nikki. Yes. That's where I get my revenge on those two. They pick on me all show, and then I get them back.
All right, so we have another fan question. He's a big Giant fan. They want to know what do you think the Giants would do with Tooney?
Gosh. Well, let's get this. Maybe he get on the field. I mean, it's aggravating. It really is aggravating. I just hope that, he could turn it around. Maybe we have a new regime in there. So I'm all about, like, let's try to give everybody a shot, right? We've got a new head coach, new GM. We're getting some pieces in place. John Mara came out and said, listen, we have not addressed the offensive line. So let's give Daniel Jones a chance. all right, let this be the year then. So I'm willing to just kind of go in and see, be objective. Let's see how this goes. But I think after this, no, if you can't show up, you can't, lay out for a pass, you're not coming to, camp and stuff. No, I think you cut ties. I don't think you need toxic, cancerous type people.
No, because you guys drafted a guy from Kentucky, I think. I forgot his name. He's like a small, speedy receiver.
Yeah.
I think if he does good in camp, maybe you guys will give him a shot at that position where he is. But I want to ask you about this wild AFC with a ton of teams making moves. What a crazy offseason for the AFC, because that's like a loaded division. It's like the Western Conference in the NBA right now. But
right.
but you got the Chargers defense. They loaded up with J.C. Jackson, obviously Khalil Mack. You got the obviously Broncos getting Russell Wilson, and the Raiders Raiders getting Devontae Adams. So what are your thoughts on the AFC? Two to three teams might get left out of this playoff race, so it's gonna be hard. I got the Broncos missing the playoffs because it's Russell Wilson's first year. We don't know what the chemistry would be like, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I had a hard time when I was doing my over-under predictions last night. It is so tough. I mean, that conference is just tough in general. And then you get to the AFC West and it's like, forget it. Like, are all these teams going to win 12 games? Like, and it's very possible, right? Yeah, I want to be high on the Broncos, but I'm not, just because we're not quite sure, right? I think they have a great young defense. I'm excited for that. I don't really know offensively yet what we're going to get. I know Russell Wilson can do a lot, but I mean, we have to see.
And they lost a reliable tight end in that trade.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, they have some question marks there. I think their defense will carry them and keep them competitive. But, I mean, that is like the worst division to be in. If you're talk about one misstep, that's it. Like, you could be done. It's that conference. The NFC needs to catch up a little bit here.
Do you think the Chargers is the best team right now in the AFC?
The Chargers. I mean, they're close, right? I think they're close. I don't know if I'm putting them above the Chiefs, but I think they're close.
Yeah, speaking of the Chiefs, for them to be able to lose Tyreek Hill and gain Juju Smith-Schuster, get a couple of guys. I guess Sky Moore I love Sky Moore, the guy from forgot where he played, but he's a speedy receiver. They drafted him. This guy will fit right into the system, and I think he'll take over for Tyreek Hill right away. The Chiefs, man, they know how to build, and I love their offense. Patrick Mahomes got more weapons. He basically got three receivers out of one, and then the defense is amazing still. So, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs? Obviously, you said you don't know about the Chargers yet, but I think the Chiefs are still the class, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think they definitely are. You can't count them out. You can't bet against them. I mean, and you know what it comes down to? Yes, Pat Mahomes is amazing. I give him all that. Andy Reid is a damn good coach. He really, really is. He lets his players, he's not that type of coach where this is my offense and you're going to fit into it. No, I'm going to work with what I have and use your strength to my advantage. So I think props all around, but they have a damn good head coach in Andy Reid. And no, I mean, for me, they're right at the top there.
And you like I said before, they gained like three receivers for one.
Of course they did. Like
it's amazing. It's amazing what they do as a front office. But before we get to the NBA playoffs, I want to ask you if you don't know if you kept a close eye on the story with Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher in college football. Nick Saban was calling out Jimbo Fisher and about recruiting people. I don't. You don't watch college. You didn't pay attention to that.
Not really. No.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you call him out for? Tell me though.
For like a about recruiting players wrong, or I don't know.
Oh really?
Yeah. Now it's a whole big story. Now Jimbo Fisher fired back, and it's like a complete mess right now.
Wow.
Yeah. But
okay, I'm gonna have to because I do listen. I like catty stuff, so I like drama. I'll watch. We'll see.
Yeah. So now switching gears real quick to the NBA playoffs. What are your thoughts on the NBA playoffs. Obviously, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. Heat and Celtics high 1-1. Mavericks and Warriors play tonight, I think. So what are your thoughts?
We have Mavericks and Warriors tonight.
Yeah.
What time does that tip off?
I think it's tonight. Is it tonight? I'm pretty sure.
Tonight?
I gotta check real quick. Yeah, but what are your thoughts? What was your thoughts on yesterday's Celtics and Heat game?
I did not catch that game yesterday. I was busy working. Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't not caught a ton of NBA games, and I wish that I would be able to. But we did talk about this on the show. And I said, I'm sure the league wants Celtics, right? And a lot of people were like, oh no, I want Miami to win, but I'm sure the NBA wants the Celtics to win. And we ended up talking about, and I'd like to get your thoughts on it too. When it comes to like the younger fans and engaging them, I feel like the NBA is leaps and bounds ahead of, what the hell is MLB doing? You don't know any, I mean, not you, but I'm saying like, what 12-year-old knows these baseball players? Nobody.
Nobody.
And as far as like social issues, I feel like the NBA is like, top of the way they handle things. But I feel like for the league, don't you want the faces of your league to be the ones that win? I mean, that's fantastic marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, NBA is doing a great job with the young fans, for sure, like you just said. And Mavericks and Warriors play tonight at 9 o'clock.
Oh, 9 o'clock. All right. So we have a little bit of time.
Yeah. So, actually, speaking of, let's go back to NFL. I forgot to ask you about Damian's Saints and Jason's 49ers. Let's talk about those two teams. And apparently, Drew Brees not coming back to NBC Sports. He's thinking about coming back, playing, or doing something else. We don't know yet. So he's trying to be another Tom Brady. It would be a cool story if he comes back. But what are your thoughts on Damian's Saints and Jason's 49ers?
Yeah, I think the 49ers, listen, that roster is mostly intact. I don't know who's going to be on the field. Are we getting Trey Lance? Are we getting Jimmy G? Are we getting, what's going on with Debo? But I do think, listen, they always have fantastic defense, the 49ers. I think you can say I'd book them at like 10 wins at least. I think, like I said, they're mostly intact. So I would say they're going to have a decent season. The Saints are interesting. They're at 7.5, which I said this week, go bet the over right now. Like,
Jameis Winston right back. Yep.
Jameson's back healthy. Michael Thomas. They got Olave in the draft, which was fantastic. They just got Landry.
Matthew.
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't have Sean Payton. I know that, but I think 7.5 is a little low.
I can't wait to see Tyrann Mathieu in that Saints uniform coming back home, being LSU. Damian must be ecstatic right now.
Yes.
Tyrann Mathieu, he's going to fit right in. Obviously, being from there. Man, I cannot wait because I think he's meant to be a Saint. I think it took him over. I think, in my opinion, he wanted to go there from the beginning, from free agency. It was just the matter of money and how the Saints can maneuver, and they finally made it happen. And I think that's a big pickup for them. Obviously, after losing Marcus Williams, I think his name is, I don't know if I'm getting that wrong, right? But he signed with the Ravens, so they lost him. So they bring in another safety. So what a big pickup for them.
Oh yeah, no, he is so excited, and we joke because when we do our picks, he never picks against them. He picks against them like one time a year. So he's so excited. I know he's going to pick them all year long, like the homer that he is. But that's okay because I'll throw a couple homer picks in there too. I don't know where. Looking at the Giants' schedule, I just don't know where the wins are coming from. But yeah, I think the Saints are going to be just fine.
Yeah. So speaking of, one of our fans wants to know, what do you think is going to happen with Drew Brees?
Well, I root for chaos. So come on back to the league. Let's just see what happens. Tom Brady pulled this like bait and switch. So why not? What a great story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I wouldn't mind seeing Drew Brees play again. I think we all love watching him. What a legend. So I feel like I could see him coming back, especially since Brady did it. Kind of feels like gives the green light. Like, okay, well, he did it. I can do it too. So I wouldn't be surprised. Not at all.
If he does come back, will it be with the Saints or a different team?
Oh my gosh, hard to imagine him with a different team, right? After all this time.
I said the Dolphins the other day as a possible
Oh,
destination.
that could be.
He can help out Tua, even though he doesn't have the arm strength anymore. Drew Brees can still throw the ball, in my opinion. And obviously you got Tyreek Hill there. So why
Yeah.
not waste an opportunity to get a proven quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback in that franchise and help them win games. So I brought up the Dolphins as a possible situation.
I like that. What do you think about Tua? You think it's like make or break it year for him, or
This Tyreek Hill made a bad move, in my opinion. This whole thing
oh,
he messed up. I think he should have picked the Jets. Zach Wilson's a much better. I think he has a much better upside than Tua right now, in my opinion. Um, uh, Tyreek Hill had a choice between the Jets and the Dolphins, and he chose the Dolphins. I mean, obviously South Beach. Who doesn't want to be at South Beach? But
yeah,
still,
yeah, no, he chose South Beach. Yeah, exactly.
but still, if you want to elevate your game over like the wet, I mean, the spotlight. I mean, Jets would have been a perfect fit, but I guess I know. I guess I guess it came down to family and I guess the money part. But I think he made a bad move. But it's a way, like I said, it's wait and see. It has to all translate into the field. But to be honest, he needs this. This is a big year for him. If they don't get Drew Brees, then this is a huge year for Tua.
Yeah, I think it's make or break it. Well, I don't want to be extreme about it, but he's pretty close to make or break it.
Yeah.
I think.
And before we get to the last things here, what are your? I mean, what do you think? Who do you have as your sleeper player to watch out for in this in coming up season?
Oh my gosh, who should you watch out for? I don't know yet. I really, I have to think about that more. I don't know. Do you have a sleeper player already?
For me, it's going to be. For me, I think, in my opinion, for me, it's going to be Kenny Pickett.
Oh, okay. I like that. I can see that.
If Mitchell Trubisky, I think if they're going to start off with Trubisky because of the amount of money they gave him. I think they'll start off with him. But if he struggles in the beginning of the year, don't be surprised if Mike Tomlin pulls the plug on him and brings in Kenny Pickett. And I believe being from Pittsburgh, played for Pittsburgh College, being familiar with the in the area, I think being home for him is a perfect fit. So I think he can be a sleeper pick for me. Another one is I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say Breece Hall to the Jets.
Okay.
I think they're gonna use him a lot in certain packages. Obviously you got Michael Carter there, but to have Michael Carter is not really your home run hitter. Breece Hall will be your home run hitter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think those.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that.
I could see Pickett, like if it, you got to think, no team, and I said that going into the draft, who's going to know this kid better other than the Steelers, really? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I know that, what was his criticism? He has small hands, but listen, if you could win, who gives a shit?
You are.
I'm not sold on Trubisky. I don't love him. I'm not sold on Jared Goff. I like, can you be productive without Sean McVay? It doesn't seem like it. Not sold on Carson Wentz. So yeah, there's a lot of guys that just kind of mediocre to me.
All right. So before we get to the last thing, one of our fans wanted to know, who is your dream interview?
Oh, Eli Manning.
Oh,
of course. Let me tell you, the day that I might fangirl like oh my God, I'd probably be a bumbling idiot. No, but I think I'd pull it together. Yeah. I would just love to meet him, interview him, talk to him about the Super Bowl. That would be an absolute dream for me.
Yeah, speaking of interview, my dream interview right so far is Isaiah Thomas. He from the Pistons. He came on the show 2 years on my 25th birthday. He came on the show. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's one of my dreams.
Did you pull it together, or
I was okay from the beginning, right from the start, and that was, I think, one of my most memorable interviews I've done so far.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Again, you do a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
You get
we haven't done anything lately except your show, but because we've been busy covering games in person and doing all these other stuff. But we'll get back into the show. But before we get to the last thing, would you like to plug? Actually, the last thing here, would you like to plug your 3rd and 3 podcast to our fans and where they can find it?
Yeah, so you guys can find us every Wednesday night at 7. We stream live to Facebook, so you can jump in the comments with us. Same thing here, ask us questions, give us a hard time. You can call me crazy, whatever. We've heard it all. You could be like Nathan and come in and just go Cowboys and gets me annoyed right away. So you guys can find us Wednesday nights live on Facebook. You can head over to our website, which is thirdand3podcast.com. All of us are on Twitter. I am on Twitter at NikkiNick9384. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And now you can find me on TikTok, right? So you guys can find me there as well. Yeah, and we are just pumping out content left and right. So please follow us, give our show a shot, and hope you like it.
Yeah, there you go. So like she said, go follow their show, 3rd and 3 Podcast with Nikki, Damon, and Jason, the big three of the podcast world, I would say. They do great things on their show. Obviously, I tune in all the time. Please tune in on Facebook. They're going to be on Facebook Live every Wednesday evening. So they're going to be talking sports, whatever, life, sports, or anything. So please go check it out. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. You guys have a YouTube channel, right? Or no?
Coming. YouTube channels in the works. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
You can subscribe to our newsletter on our website, and you'll get all our content first. Yep.
And who are some of the guests you guys are having coming up?
Actually, I just booked, well, not booked, but we are in partnership with Right On Sports Jersey City. So it's, if you guys have heard of Right On Sports, it's the affiliate chapter for that. And we are working with the underprivileged kids in the area who want to be writers, but necessarily maybe aren't into writing about everything. So the whole point of the program is reading and comprehension. In order to get them to that point, they write about sports. So they're going to come on, I think it's June 18th. Wow. So we're going to have a couple board members on. We're going to have the kids on, and we're going to have a good time. And so if everyone wants to tune in, they're going to come right in at 7:00. So that's our next upcoming guest. It's Right On Sports Jersey City, and we hope you guys can support because it is for a fantastic cause.
So there it is. There you have it. That wraps up our sports segment with Nikki Geist from 3rd and 3 Podcast, live from Long Island, New York, Marriott here from Hofstra University. I can't wait to cover these lacrosse games tomorrow. I'm really pumped up here. Some of my other friends who's covering the games tomorrow, they're driving up here tomorrow. So there's gonna be a great event. 97 degrees. I've been hearing is gonna be tomorrow. So we got to be prepared there. But thank you again, Nikki, for coming on the show. This is truly an honor. Obviously, I love what you do, and let's do this again soon. And then I would love to be on your guys' show at some point down the line.
Yes, we'll get you on. Yes, when you got a free Wednesday, you want to come on for a half hour, you let me know. Okay. You have an open invite. Of course you do.
All right, thank you, and have a great weekend. Enjoy and stay safe.
Okay, thank you. Bye.